She looked up at him, her heart pounding. The space between them disappeared as he pulled her into another kiss. This one urgent, hungry. Her hands clung to his shoulders, and when he deepened the kiss, a soft moan escaped her lips. They moved as if the world outside no longer existed, lost in each other's warmth and passion. Miriam and Daniel had been inseparable since childhood, growing up in the same bustling African city where love was whispered through stolen glances and written in the footprints they left on busy sidewalks. As children, they would chase each other around the neighborhood playground, their laughter ringing through the air like a melody. Their bond only grew stronger as they matured, and by the time they reached their late teens, everyone in their community knew they were meant for each other. Now, in their early 20s, their love had blossomed into something deeper, more profound. Daniel, a bright and ambitious young man, had earned a scholarship to study medicine at a prestigious university, while Miriam, with her radiant smile and nurturing spirit, had taken a job as a teacher at a local school. Their dreams intertwined, and every text message they exchanged carried words of longing, promises of forever, and unspoken desires they dared not yet express. Their stolen moments together were precious. When Daniel returned home from school breaks, they would stroll through the city park, holding hands, whispering dreams about their future. One evening, as the golden hues of the setting sun reflected off the skyscrapers, Daniel pulled Miriam into his arms. "I don't want to be away from you anymore," he murmured, his forehead resting against hers. Miriam smiled, her hands gently cupping his face. "One day, we won't have to be apart. We will have a home of our own, a life together." Their lips met in a tender kiss, soft and hesitant at first, but growing deeper as the emotions they had suppressed for years poured out. The warmth of his touch sent shivers down Miriam's spine, and she melted into him, savoring the moment. When they finally pulled away, their eyes met, filled with love and longing. But love, when left unchecked, can lead to temptation. One fateful evening, as rain poured outside Miriam's apartment window, Daniel arrived unexpectedly, drenched and breathless. She let him in, her heart racing at the sight of him standing there, water dripping from his clothes. "I couldn't stay away," he confessed, his voice raw with emotion. Miriam swallowed hard, closing the door behind him. They sat on the couch, their fingers intertwined, the tension between them growing unbearable. Daniel reached out, brushing a stray curl from her face, his touch lingering. "Miriam," he whispered, his lips grazing her forehead. She looked up at him, her heart pounding. The space between them disappeared as he pulled her into another kiss, this one urgent, hungry. Her hands clung to his shoulders, and when he deepened the kiss, a soft moan escaped her lips. They moved as if the world outside no longer existed, lost in each other's warmth and passion. That night, they crossed a line they had promised to wait for marriage to cross. In the heat of passion, love felt infinite, like the universe had conspired to bring them together in that moment. Wrapped in each other's arms, they whispered sweet nothings, believing nothing could taint their love. The following morning, as sunlight streamed through the curtains, Miriam awoke with a sense of unease. Guilt gnawed at her heart, and when she turned to look at Daniel, She saw the same torment in his eyes. "We shouldn't have," she whispered, tears brimming in her eyes. Daniel sat up, running a hand through his hair. "I love you, Miriam, but I should have been stronger. We should have waited." Their love, once so pure, now carried the weight of a secret they weren't ready to bear. They parted that morning with heavy hearts, neither of them able to shake the feeling of regret. Days turned into weeks, and Miriam began to feel the changes in her body. Her heart sank when she realized the truth. She was pregnant. Fear gripped her as she imagined the disappointment in her parents' eyes, the whispers of neighbors, and the future that now seemed uncertain. When she told Daniel, he went pale, his dreams of becoming a doctor now clashing with the reality of impending fatherhood. "We will figure this out," he assured her, but she could hear the panic in his voice. The weight of regret. The once sweet romance became clouded with worry and regret. The passionate kisses they once shared now felt like a reminder of their mistake. Their love, though still strong, was tested in ways they never anticipated. Miriam faced judgment from her family, whispers of shame following her wherever she went. Daniel struggled with guilt, torn between his love for Miriam and his ambition. But love is not just about passion. It is about responsibility, sacrifice, and forgiveness. Despite their mistakes, they chose to face their reality together. Daniel promised to be there for Miriam, vowing to make things right. Their journey was no longer just about romance. It became a path of redemption. Through the pain and regret, they learned that true love withstands even the greatest of trials. They fought for each other, for their child, and for the future they once dreamed of. This time, built not on fleeting desire, but on the strength of their love and the lessons they had learned. The whispers of their desire had led them to regret, but through that regret, they found a love deeper and more resilient than they had ever known.